Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, good morning, bonjour. I am Ms. Matt Barkhouse of the Office of the Secretary to the Governor General, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this morning. Je suis Ismat Barkhouse du Bureau du Secrétaire du Gouverneur Général, et je serai votre maîtresse de cérémonie ce matin. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to Rideau Hall as you take part in the ceremony marking the launch of the Royal Canadian Legion's 2023 National Poppy Campaign. Quel plaisir de vous accueillir à Rideau Hall pour la cérémonie qui souligne le lancement de la campagne du coquelicot de 2023. As the program is about to begin, I would like to inform you that our official photographer will be taking photos during the ceremony, which will be shared with you in the coming days. Therefore, I would ask that you please refrain from taking pictures throughout the event. As a reminder, please ensure that your cell phones are on silent mode. Avant de débuter la cérémonie, j'aimerais vous informer que notre photographe officiel prendra des photos lors de l'événement. Celles-ci vous seront partagées dans les jours à venir. Je vous demanderai donc de ne pas prendre de photos pendant la cérémonie. Je vous prierai également d'éteindre la sonnerie de vos téléphones cellulaires. Dear guests, chers invités, please join me in welcoming Their Excellencies, the Right Honourable Mary Simon, Governor-General and Commander-in-Chief of Canada, and Mr. Whit Fraser, accompanied by the Royal Canadian Legion's Dominion President, Mr. Bruce Julian, and Grand President Vice Admiral Larry Murray. Veuillez vous joindre à moi pour accueillir Leurs Excellences la très honorable Mary Simon, Gouverneur général et commandante en chef du Canada, et Mr. Whit Fraser, accompagné du Président national de la Légion royale canadienne, Mr. Bruce Julian, et le Grand Président Vice-Amiral Larry Murray. Please be seated, veuillez vous asseoir. Pour débuter la cérémonie, j'invite la gouverneure générale à nous adresser la parole. I now invite the Governor General to speak.
Good morning, dear veterans, cadets, members of the Canadian Armed Forces, and distinguished guests. Bonjour. Welcome all of you to Rideau Hall. I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people who have lived on and cared for this land for thousands of years. Bienvenue à Rideau Hall. As Governor General and Commander-in-Chief, I'm honored to host the launch of the National Poppy Campaign. Every year, from the end of October until Remembrance Day, our country is full of vibrant red poppies. C'est un signe de respect. It is a sign of respect. It is a signal that we will listen to the stories of veterans, reflect on their service, and carry their stories with us wherever we go. With this poppy, we honor the sacrifice of those who served, of those who are serving today, and of those who never made it home. Nous savons que le coût de la guerre est terrible. We know that the cost of war is enormous. So many lives over time have been lost to fighting. Canadians have been killed in 2 world wars, the Korean War, Afghanistan, and in countries around the world. It is a terrible thought. It is important that all Canadians, especially young Canadians, learn the stories of our veterans. When we listen to our history, we learn lessons from the past. We learn about the path that led us to war and conflict. And in learning from history, we can avoid those same steps. We can foster peace. Il est important que tous les Canadiens apprennent les histoires de nos anciens combattants. It can begin simply with a poppy pinned proudly over your heart. It can begin by scanning the poppy with your phone and reading the anecdotes presented through the Poppy Stories Initiative. I commend the Royal Canadian Legion for their innovative efforts to reach more Canadians and to commemorate the lives of our heroes, our veterans. And to all those veterans with us today, and to veterans across the country, and to every serving member, I want to say how proud I am, and for all that you have done for our country. Je tiens à vous dire que je suis fière de tout ce que vous avez fait pour notre pays. Whether at home or abroad, whether in times of war or peace, whether you have served during the pandemic in a long-term care home or helped communities recover from after a climate disaster, you have been there for us. We can do no less than be there for you after you have served our nation, to support you with your physical and mental health and with your quality of life. That is what the National Poppy Campaign is all about. The remembrance period offers so many ways to remember and so many ways to give thanks. La période du jour du souvenir offre de nombreuses formes de ces souvenirs et de rendre grâce. I'm honored to receive the first poppy. I'm honored to present poppies today to the veterans. And I'm honored to have with us young people who we are entrusting with these stories. I encourage Canadians, not just today, but every day, to remember and honor and support our veterans. J'encourage les Canadiens, pas seulement aujourd'hui, mais tous les jours. So thank you. Have a good day. Merci. Miigwech nakormik.
Merci, Excellence. J'invite maintenant le Vice-Amiral Murray à nous adresser la parole. I now invite Vice Admiral Murray to say a few words.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, veterans, honored guests, bonjour à tous. I'd like to begin by thanking Your Excellency for this opportunity to celebrate one of the Royal Canadian Legion's most meaningful annual events, the ceremonial launch of the Poppy Campaign with you and His Excellency, particularly because of your key role as Commander-in-Chief of the Canadian Armed Forces and the Vice-Regal Patron of the Legion, and alongside many veterans and their families in attendance here at Rideau Hall. This is a very special occasion for all of us. Vos Excellences, votre appui pour les forces armées canadiennes, pour les vétérans et pour leurs familles est bien apprécié. Your support in helping to remember Canada's veterans, both past and present, by accepting the first poppy of 2023 is very much appreciated. Your strong support also bears witness to a proud history that dates back to the 5th of July, 1921, when the Great War Veterans Association in Canada and its successor, the Royal Canadian Legion, officially adopted the poppy as its symbol of remembrance. In this year, the 75th anniversary of the first UN peacekeeping mission, the poppy also reminds us of the service of many thousands of Canadians who have taken part in peacekeeping over the years. The poppy pays particular tribute to the 130 veterans who have given their lives during these peacekeeping missions. L'adoption de coquelicot en tant que symbole de souvenir fut une décision facile à prendre car elle était suggérée par le poème qu'avait composé le Canadien John McCrae pendant la Première Guerre mondiale. Lieutenant Colonel McCrae was inspired to write his now famous poem entitled In Flanders Fields by the death of fellow soldier and his good friend Alexis Helmer of Ottawa in May 1915 during the Second Battle of Ypres. His poem, written in 20 minutes, captured a description of the sights and sounds of the area around him. It also included a plea. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow. Veterans and our fallen heroes alike will take comfort in our efforts and those of all Canadians to remember and not to fear that their sacrifices will have been in vain, whether in World War I, World War II, Korea, or the many peace support operations that Canada has engaged in since, including in places such as Afghanistan, Libya, Iraq, the Balkans, as well as other NATO support and deterrence operations, for example, ongoing currently in Eastern Europe. Indeed, remembrance as symbolized by the poppy remains our eternal recognition of the service and sacrifice of all the women and men who protect our freedoms. Pour ces raisons, le président de la Direction nationale de la Légion royale canadienne est fier de présenter le premier coquelicot officiel de la campagne de 2023 à votre Excellence. By wearing the poppy, Canadians show mutual and shared understanding of the immeasurable debt of gratitude that we owe all veterans. Bientôt, votre exemple d'aujourd'hui sera repris des millions de fois et le coquelicot de souvenir sera porté fièrement partout au Canada et à l'étranger. As the Grand President of Canada's largest veteran support organization, and on behalf of our Dominion President, Comrade Bruce Julian, we can assure Your Excellencies that veterans, both past and present, very much appreciate your personal engagement and will take comfort from this poppy campaign and the support shown by you and by all Canadians. They will see that their services and sacrifices are not in vain and that we will remember them. Nous nous souviendrons d'eux. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. To officially launch this year's National Poppy Campaign, Mr. Julian will present the first symbolic poppy to the Governor General and Mr. Murray to His Excellency. Pour officialiser le lancement de la campagne nationale, Monsieur Julian présentera le premier coquelicot à la gouverneure générale et Monsieur Murray à son Excellence Monsieur.
Your Excellency, on behalf of all veterans, please accept this first poppy of remembrance and the sacrifices made.
As part of the official ceremony, Their Excellencies will now proceed to pin poppies on guests in the first row. J'invite maintenant leurs excellences à impingler les coquelicots aux invités de la première rangée.